I got to create my own play, at least for him.
You've been playing 2K all your life. What modes do you play on?
I play everything, team up, my career, my team.
I play.
And David.
Kevin, thanks.
David, he is showing that maturity. Thanks for that report. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at the Pelicans. This season has been a struggle for them. They're down at the bottom of the conference. And, of course, Anaheim, right behind them, just one spot down.
And I think for New Orleans, so far it looks like the adjustments they made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, lots of season left to go, so maybe a little too early to say that. The results have been anything but positive early on, but we've seen plenty of teams dig themselves out of big holes after early season woes.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Joel Embiid out there with Grant. Then there's Garland. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Herter in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, Young out there with DeRozan. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Wiseman. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to DeRozan. Here's the floater. And Grant sends it back.
A skilled shot blocker, Grant, coming over and is so quick off the floor. Swats that one out.
Feeds it to Embiid. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good defensive work there by Young.
And that's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
To the middle. Stolen by Garland. It's Fournier on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
Outside DeRozan. Pass to Wiseman. To the left side wing. Just 5 to shoot. Campazzo. Good D by Embiid.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Now here's Embiid. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And of course, you cannot forget just how dominant his shot blocking was in that game. Just changed the entire complexion of that game.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Here's Embiid. Launches it. Ingles with the rebound.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Now, here's Ingles. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Campazzo. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Embiid trying to break loose. Offensive rebound. And he goes right over James Wiseman and slams it in.
You see that nasty streak Embiid possesses. Part of why he's a superstar. Great motor.
So timeout called here, the first for Anaheim. You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with this play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
Here's DeRozan. The Pelicans make their last shot. rejection by Embiid.
Length plus agility, great recipe for blocking shots. Embiid's one of the best to do it.
And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for Anaheim, trailing by 2.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game, and they just had so few opportunities, and I think that was their Achilles heel.
Yeah, they were like good college players, one and done. You got to be able to make some noise on the offensive glass and keep possessions alive. They weren't able to do that.
Here's Garland. Thaddeus Young picking up that last basket. The pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Tie game in Anaheim. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from Anaheim, guys, what do you think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Young is out there with Weissman. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Joe Ingles. And it's the Clippers with the ball after the made shot from Joel Embiid. And here is Ingles. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Shot clock at 5. Here's Young. And the rejection by Embiid. Wiseman with the bucket. And here are the Pelicans now. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team. Outside Fournier. Down low. And Embiid throws it down.
And if you want to talk about a player who embodies the power game, then Embiid's your man. You know you're going to get some strong finishes anytime he's on the court.
Lays it up and banks it in. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of the game. Here's Embiid. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. For Anaheim, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Timeout called, Anaheim. Now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
And you look at DeRozan. He's got a place in the starting lineup as it stands now. He's at number 5 in the Western Conference.
And I really feel like the fans got it right. A lot of players are having big seasons in the West, and he's right up there with the best of them.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Now, here's Grant, following the miss by DeRozan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Pelicans shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The Clippers shooting the ball at a 43% rate here in the second. Here's Ingles. Pelicans pull it in, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
Here's Ingles, following the basket by Evan Fournier. On the wing, DeRozan. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. And the Clippers miss again.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Rejected by Young. Campazzo misses for the 5th time this game. Mark him at 1 for 6.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Out to the right wing. Campazzo. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good, and Joel Embiid, the mega-talented center, he'll get into, and that does it for our half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Fournier out there with Garland. Then there's Embiid. Then there's Jeremy Grant. And it's Herter in at the small forward spot. Here's DeRozan after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Ingles can't get it to go. Pelicans leading by 7. In the corner, Herter with it. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Ingles with the ball. Garland picks him up. Here's Young, and the rejection by Embiid. Now, here's Garland. Tight defense on him, and he banks in the layup.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And, well, Garland, the 5th overall pick back in 2019, had a slow start to his career. But around the midway point, he really started to take off.
And you wonder, Greg, in that rookie campaign, if that's a bit of somebody realizing the length of an NBA season. And maybe he made a bit of an adjustment in his body. Now in his 2nd year, we can see some of the fruits of his labor in the offseason and him developing.
No good from Grant.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Now, here's Fournier, 8 points for him. Kicks it to Garland. Good work there as it goes.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Passes it to Wiseman. Now Young. He's got 6. Here's Ingles. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Garland. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Bucket is good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The Pelicans have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Pretty exciting, the potential of Darius Garland. If he finds an offense that he can operate in and continue to be efficient, he's a guy that's going to keep improving.
Now here's DeRozan. He has 5. A three-pointer is right on target.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Here's Garland. He has 7. Got a hand on it. And he recovers it. Young with the steal. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And the second free throw, good. Pelicans leading by 4. Fournier passes to Grant. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Garland kicks to Embiid. 5 on the clock. Here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Trust me, defense wants to keep Grant out of the paint, and he wants to get in there. That's why.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Darius Garland picks one up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
For Anaheim, they've shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Here's Garland. Sweet little floater. Garland's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Pretty silky smooth floater from Garland that time.
No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's New Orleans with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. We've got DeRozan. Wiseman's out there with Young. And it's Joe Ingles.
Outstanding initiative there from DeRozan. And it's because of that take charge attitude he earns the call there.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second despite being down.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Now here's DeRozan. Now here's Wiseman. It's DeRozan with the drive.
And if you go over the course of his career, DeRozan has increased his trips to the line. I mean, thanks in large part to getting more aggressive offensively.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Garland. A rebound by Young. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The dish now to Ingles. Back to Young to tie it up. And the layup is good. Young's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
And the Clippers have possession after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Pass to DeRozan. Inside. And Young with the basket on the assist from DeRozan.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Here's Embiid. Anaheim grabs the miss. Campazzo guarded by Embiid. Dishes it to DeRozan. And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Just 3 to shoot. Campazzo.
Garland at his size has got to use his athleticism to be an effective defender.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them the lead.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Garland with it. A fadeaway. Embiid, no good.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Pass to DeRozan. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Boy, and DeRozan is a tough assignment, able to fend off contact as well on that drive.
Here's Embiid. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
Campazzo. That one's rebounded by Embiid. The Pelicans have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Here's Garland. Now the pass to Embiid. Here's Herter. Buries the triple.
Oh, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 3. 51 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good position, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The head coach of the Clippers had some harsh words for his team during the break. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
Timeout called, Anaheim. They're down by 3. 26 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Two-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Some nice ball movement by Anaheim. DeRozan surveying the D. 12 seconds left in the game. 5 to shoot. Young, right side. Misses the tray. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. The second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
So New Orleans wins it. A truly gutsy performance. So, all right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.